Hello, BBN. Man, the Wildcats reportedly dedicate almost half their budget to basketball. Is that good or bad? Let's evaluate. The university, known for its love of the sport, will reportedly dedicate almost half of its revenue-sharing budget, around 45%, to the men's basketball program for the 2025-26 season. This represents a significant $9.225 million share of the $20.5 million available, an amount triple the standard for most SEC schools. The decision is emblematic, bold, and has the potential to further cement Kentucky's status as an undisputed powerhouse in college basketball. This monumental commitment to basketball is not only a reflection of Kentucky's historic passion for the sport, but also a strategic move to attract top talent and continue to be a beacon for players dreaming of a professional career. In a world where nil offers are increasingly decisive in recruiting, this massive allocation of resources gives the program a considerable competitive advantage. It's no secret that Kentucky basketball is already a star-producing NBA machine, and this investment only further amplifies that reputation. With nearly half of the budget dedicated to athletics, it's clear the university is committed to maintaining its legacy of excellence and ensuring the team continues to improve. However, like any major decision, there are nuances that deserve attention. The first point of concern is the impact of this funding model on other sports, especially football, which has historically struggled at Kentucky. While other SEC schools prioritize football without hesitation, Kentucky has chosen to take a different path, betting heavily on basketball, even if it means sacrificing resources for other athletic programs. This choice can be seen as risky in an environment where football is the primary financial driver for many universities. In Kentucky's specific case, football had a terrible 2024 year, which raises questions about the long-term sustainability of this strategy. Will basketball's continued success be enough to offset potential shortfalls in other sports? Another critical point is the growing role of NIL offers in recruiting. By allocating such a large portion of its budget to basketball, Kentucky risks fostering a mercenary mentality among athletes, where choosing a university becomes less about athletic and academic development and more about who offers the biggest check. While this is an inevitable trend in today's college sports landscape, there is a danger that an excessive focus on monetary figures could alienate some players genuinely interested in team spirit and building a real team. Still, it's impossible to deny that this decision has an undeniable positive side. With nearly half of its budget allocated to basketball, Kentucky is sending a clear message. The program wants not just to compete, but to dominate. And when it comes to basketball, few universities have the pedigree to match that ambition. The investment reflects a vision of a future where basketball is not just a sport, but a symbol of the institution's identity. Furthermore, the flexibility offered by Champions Blue LLC structure designed to generate additional revenue streams demonstrates that the university is aware of the financial complexities and is seeking innovative ways to balance its priorities. Mark Pope, with his infectious energy and strategic vision, appears to be the right man to lead this ambitious project. He inherits a program that already exudes greatness, but now has the resources necessary to take the Wildcats to new heights. Dedicating nearly half of the budget to basketball is not only a vote of confidence in him, but also in the values Kentucky has always championed: passion, tradition, and a commitment to being the best. Kentucky's decision is a calculated bet on its identity. It's a declaration that while other SEC schools chase football gold, the Wildcats are willing to build their basketball empire, no matter the cost. Mark Stokes is grateful for the Kentucky position, but recognizes that the basketball program needs to remain at the top. Okay, but what about football? Let's evaluate. While basketball remains BBN's main focus, the search for financial and competitive balance in American football takes on dramatic proportions. The discussion over the division of revenues between the two sports, amplified by the CBS Sports Report, reflects a latent tension, but also highlights the need for mutual support to keep both programs at the top of the university ladder. Stokes, with his pragmatic and grateful approach, recognizes the historic importance of basketball at Kentucky. He doesn't shy away from extolling the tradition of the program led by legends like Adolph Rupp and John Calipari. But he also demonstrates clarity in addressing the challenges facing American football. The 2024 season was disappointing, and the coach makes no secret of that. However, he sees 2025 as an opportunity for rehabilitation, both for the team and for himself. Stokes' speech is imbued with a sense of urgency, only to prove to critics that Kentucky can be competitive, but also to repay the unwavering support of the fans and administration. In the current climate, where collective compensation has transformed the college sports ecosystem, Kentucky needs to make strategic decisions to ensure its programs aren't left behind. This includes significant investments in football, which, while historically less celebrated, has the potential to thrive within the brutally competitive sec. Coach Mark Stoops, a veteran, knows that success won't come overnight. He's faced challenges in recent years, but his resilient, focused approach to daily work is exactly what Kentucky needs right now. His words are a mix of humility and determination. You feel a great obligation to deliver something to the people who have been so good to you. This mindset not only reflects his personal philosophy, but also serves as a reminder that Kentucky football is still a work in progress. Despite recent setbacks, there's a solid foundation for growth. Pressure is inevitable, especially in a state where basketball is so special. However, Stoops and his staff are aware that football plays a crucial role in the university's financial and athletic future. To compete in a conference as unforgiving as the SEC, Kentucky will need more than just resources. It will need vision, patience, and a genuine connection with the fans. The good news is that, at least for now, the administration seems aligned with these goals. The continued support for the football program, even in uncertain times, is a positive sign that Kentucky is willing to do what it takes to build something lasting. Achieving a balance between basketball and football at Kentucky won't be easy, but it's not impossible either. With Mark Stoops' strong leadership, the administration's support, and the arrival of new talent, the football program has everything it needs to create a new story. Everyone hopes so. Tyron Stokes' mother just sent an important message that gave Louisville an edge over Kentucky, and it could be bad. The Louisville-Kentucky college basketball rivalry is one of the most intense and passionate in the sport, fueled by decades of history, traditions, and fierce competition. And now, with a recent statement from Kiara Stokes, mother of Tyron Stokes, one of the most coveted prospects in the 2026 class, this rivalry takes on new dimensions and an even more personal dimension. Kiara's message not only reinforces her family's love for the city of Louisville, but also raises questions about how that loyalty might influence the young power forward's final decision. Despite this, there is reason to be confident that Mark Pope and the Kentucky program have the tools necessary to overcome this challenge. Kiara Stokes' frank response when asked how much Kentucky basketball she watched last season was direct and revealing. "You guys know we're from Louisville, right? Louisville residents don't watch a lot of Kentucky basketball." This statement echoes local pride and a family preference for the Cardinals, an understandable stance given Tyron's deep connection to his hometown. The young player, ranked No. 1 in his class, has firm roots in Louisville, evidenced even by his back-to-school campaign in the city. The Kentucky-Louisville rivalry has never been just about the games themselves, but about the heart and soul of the state of Kentucky, and now, more than ever, that's at stake. However, while Kiara's statement may seem like a clear advantage for Louisville, It would be a mistake to underestimate Mark Pope's recruiting prowess and determination. Since taking over the Wildcats, Pope has demonstrated a remarkable ability to connect with players and their families, showcasing not only the program's prestige but also its potential to transform talent into success. He knows Tyron Stokes is a special player, a versatile player with impressive defensive skills and an unwavering work ethic. He's willing to do whatever it takes to bring that talent to Lexington. The fact that Stokes has already officially visited Kentucky is an encouraging sign. Even though Louisville was the first destination on his list of visits and holds a significant emotional advantage, the impact of stepping into Rupp Arena and experiencing the weight of Wildcat tradition cannot be understated. The Kentucky program has always possessed a unique magnetism, capable of attracting players who dream of competing at the highest level and opening doors to the NBA. Furthermore, Kentucky's almost unprecedented dedication to men's basketball, with nearly half of its budget dedicated to the sport, sends a clear message to recruits. Here, you'll be prioritized and given all the resources you need to thrive. Of course, the Louisville-Kentucky rivalry adds a special spice to the fight for Tyron Stokes. For Louisville fans, the idea of seeing their native in red and black is a dream. For Kentucky fans, losing such a promising talent to their main rival would be devastating. But recruiting isn't just about family ties or regional preferences. It's also about vision, opportunity, and ambition. And this is where Mark Pope can make a difference. He has the ability to present a clear plan for Tyron, a path to develop his game, win titles, and achieve his professional goals. Furthermore, the current college basketball landscape, marked by nil offers Kentucky another powerful weapon. While Kiara Stokes has made it clear that her family values Louisville, it's impossible to ignore the financial and athletic appeal that Kentucky can bring to the table. The battle for Tyron Stokes is emblematic of the Kentucky-Louisville rivalry. Intense, full of emotion, and unpredictable until the very last moment. Louisville has the emotional advantage, no doubt, but Kentucky has the resources, the tradition, and a coach in Mark Pope who's determined to keep the Wildcats on top. I'd bet this guy could make it to the Wildcats. What about you? Comment.